Good evening. Good evening, good people. How are you? What's going on? What is happening? Hope you're doing well. It has been an interesting day, nice and cloudy, and let me see. We had some freezing drizzle today, and we still have a weather warning in effect until 9. So we still have another couple hours to go over here in Chicago. But it has just been kind of just a little dreary. I had planned to go out today and go to the store, but I kept looking at that list and it was just nothing that was pressing. I just couldn't get myself to do it. So I just got up, taking a bath, brushed my teeth, all that good stuff, and laid back down. I couldn't do it because I only had like 2 hours and maybe 20 minutes to do a round trip to go to the store and come back. And I knew I would have ended up coming back when the warning had started because it was 2 p.m. For the, let me see, 11, 12, 1. No, I think it was 1 p.m. But I know I didn't have enough time and I just didn't want to chance it. I'm like, forget it. It was just nothing on that list that was, just pressing. So I said, okay, it could wait. And I really hate to pay the delivery because they increased the price for delivery. Or shall I say they charge a delivery charge now. They didn't before. And I'm like, I hope their tip is in their $10 because I'm only ordering $35 worth of items and you want $10. Okay. So I'm going to find that out because I'm curious. But I do want to make sure I give my driver a tip, especially if I order any gallons of water because it has a little weight on it. But if it's just a little brown bag, oh well. Drive safely, buckle up, look both ways. Okay, maybe I don't do all of that, but you know what I mean. But other than that, it's been, pretty good. I mentioned to you guys yesterday about the carjackings, and it's a big concern I have now because it's really getting out of hand. It's not you leave your car there and somebody take it and that type of thing. Now people are pulling out guns, children are involved, and it's becoming scary. And I know I'm going to hear a lot of bad things in the future because of this. And I have a couple of stories to share. So I'll, like I said, I didn't want to talk too long about that yesterday because I was getting upset. I'm like, hey, I'll give you some bad news when it comes down to the articles. That's good enough. But yeah, I do have that to share with you. And I hope you guys' week has been pretty good. Um, I know a lot of people are getting bad weather, and everyone got snow pretty much before we did here. And even our temps were like right to the end of December. We still had like 40 and 50 degrees at times. So we can't complain when we get our snow and ice and yeah, all of that. But I'm sure South Carolina needs some. Dallas, Texas. No, well, Dallas been getting some bad weather. But all you guys that don't have bad weather, I will send you some. I have no problem sharing. You know the term. Sharing is caring. All right, guys, without further ado, we're going to get this party started. This is our first article reaction of the year. Know you guys are excited about it. And without further ado, you know what to do. Get up on your feet, guys. Put your hands together and welcome the wonderful, the lovely.
Go down there, why not go down there? Go down there, why not go down there? Go down there, why not go down there? Go down there.
Stay down there, girl. Stay down there.
Classic Ruby, everybody, aka Ratchet Ruby for January.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was going to say we need to correct that. First of all, let's be clear. I couldn't get up there if I tried right now. Listen, Spice, I don't want to let you down, girl, but Ruby's dealing with some Ronanis, okay? So I'm down here and I'm gonna stay down here. It's very comfortable down here. First of all, second of all, for those of y'all who missed it, and how dare you miss it? Why haven't you caught the playback yet? You might notice my name is Ratchet Ruby. I've decided my new persona in 2022 is Ratchetry, right? I feel like I've been classic for too long. Classic. Nah, it doesn't suit me, right? I feel like Ratchet is more my vibe. So we're gonna be Ratchet Ruby in 2022. That's what I'm gonna help y'all out. That's why I got the Ratchet written out. If you want to call me Ratchet for short, that's cool. Yo, I got this. Trust me, good. So hey, it's easier to be Ratchet under the cover of darkness, and since there's only like what now 3 hours of sunlight a day, right? It's so much easier to be Ratchet for most of the day. It's great. I love it. So on that note, also, and I might be crazy here, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. So I just gotta say this because, girl, I see you in the chat. That's right, Azula. And it is absolutely Azula's birthday today. Absolutely, it is her birthday. It is January 8th. I put it in my calendar so I would not forget. Yes,
Ah.
yes, it is Azula's birthday today. So let us say happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Hey, hey, hey. Was that ratchet enough? I want to give her a ratchet happy birthday, right? Feel a little different.
You gotta try a little bit harder, but it was great. It was great.
I was
I'm sure she
twerking.
enjoyed it.
Right? I was twerking, to be fair. I don't know if you saw it, but I was twerking in the background. So
Oh,
that
okay.
was the ratchet part. That was the ratchet part. But yeah, no, I was gonna text her. I really was. I am the worst human being when it comes to. I'm sick. Okay, when I'm sick, I become very extra antisocial. So I was so happy to see your name. I'm like, yes, I don't have to pick up my phone for nothing. Happy birthday, girl. Love you. Text you next week when I'm back at living. I'm still not at living and adulting yet. We're not quite there. Like when I go on vacation, I go on vacation. Okay, I'm sure Shar did something to like prepare for the last couple of days. Ruby showed up and went, "Oh crap! I need some. Okay, I got 10 minutes. What can I find in 10 minutes? I'm terrible, so it's gonna be interesting. Let's do it the ratchet way. I told you, it's my soul is ratchet. I'm bringing out the ratchetry. Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good day. I feel it in my bones. It's been too long, Shar. I've missed the show. Have you not missed the show? I missed the new show.
I have. I really
Yeah.
have because I like to share when I hear something, but I do a little something, in the community tab. Keep people abreast of a few things, but I have missed it. I agree. Yep.
Right? So it's
Hmm.
like now listen, I have a whole pile of carrots. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. I have watched about 3% of the I think there's maybe about 25 Karen tabs that are open right now. And then there might be three. I'm hoping there's three like news articles in there somewhere. I'm gonna try,
Dang.
but I have some. Listen, I have no abundant, no like. There's just too many Karens. There's so many Karens I can't even describe it. So trust me,
Wow.
y'all. Trust me, y'all. They built up, okay, and I'm gonna make sure that y'all get your Karen fill today. That's right. I'm gonna.
All right.
It's gonna be good. I'm telling you.
Cool. Because I
Mhm.
know when I was picking my stuff, I'm like, I don't think I have enough. I said, well, I'm sure Ruby will fill us in, so I think we'll be good.
We talking about news, Shar?
Well, you can fill us in with Karen, so
yes, that's it.
that's fine. People love
Perfect.
it. So I'll go ahead and get started because
Okay.
me and these
Yeah.
darn tabs, oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Um, I'll start with the giving the money away. We like to
Ooh.
do that. Sometime we have some lawsuits and stuff, and we put our name on there and get our money. So hey, let's
Mhm.
do that. So do forgive me because I have three. Yes, I have three. Now you probably be eligible for two of them, but I have three.
Ooh.
Woohoo!
Okay. All right. I'll take that.
Okay, so let's start off with this one. And this one I had just happened to be eligible for. So you may be too. You just may be. So let me get that link ready. So I can share that because I want to close each of these windows out as soon as I can. You just don't know. All right, let me find the tab, what I'm reading here. Okay, so you can claim $12 in Welch's Juice class action settlement. Let's see what happened there.
Okay.
There's a new $1.5 million settlement for Welch's Juice, and you may be owed some money. Oh, yeah, get some of this money, y'all. The lawsuit alleges that labeling three 100% juice products with claims that it helps support a healthy heart is misleading. And that's if you purchase between March 23rd, 2016 through October 1st, 2021. So you do not have to have your receipt or anything, and you're eligible for $12. So I'm going to put the link in here for you, and you know what to do. Of course you do. And grab that because I did. I definitely qualified for this because I used to get the Welch's grape juice with 100%, and there was no. Let me see if I can remember this company real quickly. Nope, can't think of it. But there's this company. It was local, and they used to sell. They used to kind of like go door to door, and they used to sell orange juice, grape juice, and one other juice. I can't remember what it was, and it was in the 80s. And that grape juice was delicious. I'm like, oh my goodness, I could just drink this by itself. Especially being, I think I might have been like 19, 20 years old. And I'm like, I like this. So you ended up, you had to sign up for it. And I was, still in school. So it wasn't like I had money for that. And they would deliver to you. So I would have to go to the actual stores and find it. And it was really only in the neighborhood stores. They were not in your local, at that time, Dominic's, Jewel Food stores. And I can't think of maybe the third big chain we had in Chicago, but you couldn't really find it there. You had to go in the neighborhood. And I used to, I used to grab that grape juice. And then one day, couldn't find it anymore. Now I'm in my mid 20s, working out of school, got a little change, but I can't find this darn juice. And delivery had stopped. They just stopped doing that, to the home. I'm like, darn. So this was my go-to because I couldn't find anything else. I didn't drink it that often, but like I said, I was involved in buying this during this time.
Mm.
Definitely claim my $12. So I hope you guys do too.
hmm I don't know. I just liked the flavor of Welch's grape juice. I think when I was a kid, it kind of was what I thought wine tasted like.
Okay.
Yeah, because like the adult one or the kid ones taste like, candy basically, right? But like this actually really tasted more like kind of like it had that bittery taste. So you kind of make the same face that people make when they drink wine and stuff. So for me, it was like drinking wine, right? Felt very grown up and official drinking Welch's grape juice.
Ooh, check you out.
Yeah, right. So that's what it reminds me of. Like, I haven't had it in a really long time, but I don't know. That was my jam, and I could get it like once in a blue moon because it was so much more expensive than
Hmm.
purple Kool-Aid, which is not great. I don't know what flavor that is, but that's
Purple
not what
Kool-Aid.
grapes taste. It tastes like purple. That's what it tastes like,
Okay, like red Kool-Aid. All right.
right? It's just red. What is it? I don't know. Cherry? No, red. It's just red.
All right. Now this is the second one here. This one I couldn't remember if I qualified or not. But once I read it, I'm like, I'm not even interested because I stopped going to Old Navy because you had to go in the store, wrap around the darn store just to get to the cashier. And that made no sense to me. All for sale, all for some dollar socks and whatever else they had going on. I couldn't do it. But I would go with my friend. She'd go every year to get those darn dollar socks and gloves and wrapped around the store. And I just looked at it at that time as exercise. I'm like, I'm gonna be standing here for an hour, wrapped around the store on a Saturday, exercise. And that's what I did. Now with this one, let me tell you what's going on. Where's my tab? And make sure I put it in the chat room here, and then I can close this out. And there you go. Okay, what does it read? Let me find the tab again. There we go. Claim $5 to $10 in the Old Navy class action settlement. If you shop at Old Navy between 2015 and 2021, you may qualify for store credit. And see, that was the key thing, store credit. If it was cash, I would probably fill it out for it. I'm like, but I'm not going back in there. This is a new Old Navy class action settlement alleging misleading sale prices. I believe that because I remember my friend complaining. You may qualify for a store credit for $5 or $10 if you made a purchase at Old Navy or Old Navy outlet stores between November 12, 2015 and December 2nd, 2021. The settlement includes all states except for Missouri. And I don't think I have any Missouri watchers, so I think everyone here is good. So, if you like, go ahead. I already put the link in there and qualify and get your voucher for store credit and go back in there and stand that darn line forever. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh
Now
no,
the
you
last.
definitely did. Definitely did.
Yeah, I thought I
Taking that.
did.
Yeah.
Sometimes I rage a little bit. I try not to, but I'd be
Mhm.
thinking I say it silently, but sometimes I just can't hold it.
Exactly. Hey, listen, I feel you. That's every day, all day for me. So no filter. Sorry, no filter.
Okay. And this is the last one. This one, you guys, I'm going to give you the story as well because let me see. Let me see what the link is first. Oh no, the instructions is in here. Because this one you got to be careful for to make sure you qualify. Don't just grab it just because it's some money. Let me get this thing out of here. And I'm telling you guys how to get rid of Joseph Lester. What you first do, you click on those three dots and you hit remove. That's the first thing. Then you go back to the three dots, hit on it again, and hit report. After you do that, you get a message board come up. You got some choices. You hit that first one, unwanted commercial content or spam. Hit the word report, and you'll notice it disappears totally. So that's what I need you guys to do when you get those links like that. Because if you just block it, that means nothing. We need to get rid of it totally, like it was never here. All right, so let me go back to what I was discussing and give you the link here. Okay, close that out. And yeah, I think I put it in there on pricing. Is that it? If not, I'll put it in here again just in case. Nope, I didn't put it in here. Okay, here's the ATM. All right. So it says claim $60 in ATM cash withdrawal class action settlement. You may be owed a piece of the $67 million class action settlement. Ooh. And this has to do with those fees and stuff. There's a new ATM cash withdrawal class action settlement you may qualify for. If you were charged an ATM surcharge fee between October 1st, 2007, we going way back, 2007, and November 12th, 2021, you may qualify. This class action alleges defendants violated federal antitrust laws by adopting restraints that allegedly inflated the ATM surcharges paid by the class. Defendants deny these allegations. Of course they did. Um, and I know way back in that time, like 2007, if you would go anything outside of, I think at that time was Northern Trust, and they didn't have that many machines. Citibank and Chase. I think those were the main machines back at that time. Anything outside of that, you were charged some type of surcharge. Some people went to the grocery stores and do a cash back or whatever. You had to spend so much. But some of the cards you had, you were charged some type of fee. So that's why this settlement is so large because not only goes back at that time when everybody was charging something. And I know men are good at that. A lot of men don't care. They're like, oh, it's 50 cents. Oh, it's $1. I'd be looking at, and at this time I might have been on a date or something. I'd be like, well, we can go. No, that's okay. It's just $1. I'm thinking to myself, you can give me that dollar. But yeah, you may qualify. So definitely check that one out. It has a little history there. So check it out. Maybe you do qualify for that. And let me get rid of
Mm-hmm.
this and claim your money. So those are the three things that I had for you. And I know you probably qualify for one, which is that grape juice, because you really don't have that many companies out there. But besides that one, hey, if you got it, if you can do it, if you qualify, get your $12. Get it.
Mm-hmm.
Get it in
Mm-hmm.
2022. You know what to do.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, come on. Every little it all adds up. If you watch those extreme couponing shows and whatever, those people make like $20,000 a year. Well, more so like they save $20,000 a year though. But by, doing these little things, it's $1 here, $2 here, 50 cents there, $10. If you do it over the course of time, it adds up to a lot more than you would think. So, hey, take advantage. You got the info, right? Don't do what Ratchet Ruby does, which is to be too lazy to follow through on anything, and then you forget, and then by the time you remember and you finally have the energy to do it, it's too late by like a day. I always miss things by like a day. That's like it's terrible.
Dang.
I know. Again, I Ratchet Ruby. So listen, since we talking about stuff, I mean, Shar is gonna tell y'all how to get money. I'm gonna tell y'all where you should not spend your money. Okay.
Mm.
And now, okay, so I'm gonna say this first. Most girls that I grew up with, okay, I don't know if it's the same in America, so I'm not gonna say it in America because I have my scent at Victoria's Secret. I think everyone does. Mine was pear. I love the pear. It was so me. Um, right. But at Bath and Body Works, when Bath and Body Works came out, everyone
Mhm.
had their scent. It's like you had an identity associated with that scent, and it was just like, oh, I love this scent so much. And honestly, I'm gonna be real, still love the scents, still do. I don't wear them because I went all natural with the things I put onto my body, especially in my hair and my face. And, I try to, eat a lot more naturally as far as, what I put inside my body. However,
Mhm.
and here's the thing, a lot of people have not made these types of moves. And I understand. I do understand. But here's a good reason why you should. Now, as y'all can see there with the title of Toxic is an understatement. Bath and Body Works fragrance health warning sparks debate in viral TikTok video. Okay.
Mm.
I'm going to show y'all the video first, but the thing that, sparked the debate, this page right here, it flashes really, really quickly. So I'll just show you the video quick. Here we go. Now,
Mm. What's going on? What's happening right now?
yeah, that sparked debate.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So this is one of those ones where it sparked debate if you're paying attention, which some people did. Now, here was the issue. What they were showing you guys here is this, and this is a warning on the label of Bath and Body Works refills for the air fresheners. So, like you buy those air freshener things and it scents your house and it makes your house smell beautiful and wonderful. And
Uh-huh.
then, right, and it's like a dispenser system. So then if you want, once you run out of that, you buy the refills. So on the refills, they have these warnings. The warning, the safety sheet, okay, It risks against skin irritation, infertility, and organ damage.
What in the world?
What? Hold on. Wait a minute. So I could go to Bath and Body Works, right? Get the winter candy apple home fragrance refill, and it's going to make me and my whole family infertile, damage our organs, and irritate our skin. I
Wow.
mean, fine, everything is going to irritate your skin. Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. Everything is irritating to your skin. That's why I stopped putting it on my skin.
Mhm.
Fine. But infertility and organ damage?
Right.
These are possible risks of making your house smell pretty. How dare you, Bath and Body Works? But here's the thing. Bath and Body Works said, well, the safety data sheet, like the one you are referencing from TikTok, are standardized practice across home fragrance. The intended audience for these sheets is companies and emergency personnel who need to know how to handle, store, or dispose of large quantities of chemicals in industrial settings. That was their
What?
answer. That was their answer.
What?
Yep, that's a what? Hold on, wait. Your answer is, listen, it wasn't meant for y'all to read it anyway, right? Like the customers never should have read that. It wasn't for you. It was for if you show up in a hospital and you're near death, or you show up at a doctor's office and you've been trying to conceive for 20 years and you can't, they have the information to go, oh, you're using Bath and Body Works. Oh, that's why you need a new liver. Like,
Mm-mm.
what? That was their answer. So listen, it's 2022, y'all. You might want to get a different fragrance. I'm just saying, just burn some
Yeah.
incense, something. But they don't care. And if they don't care about the air freshener stuff and whatever, do you think they care about the perfumes and the body cleansers and stuff like that? I'm gonna say not. So
Yeah. I'm gonna
yeah.
say not along with you.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, you know what? Char, wait till my next story because my next story, these people don't care. These corporations don't care about y'all. I'm seeing a trend now. But okay, yes.
Okay. A Michael Jackson song. All I can want to say is they don't really care about us.
Mm-hmm. Right? I would sing it, but y'all don't want to hear me sing in this condition.
All right. Let's see. So the next story I have is I just want to remind you of a rant that I kind of go on. Let me
Mhm.
see. Give me one moment. I put happy the infinite. So I didn't put New Year. I didn't put zero. I didn't write nothing. So that's when it's hard for me to talk and type at the same time. Something's gonna get left off. Something.
Mhm.
Happy New Year zero. All right. Hopefully that's right. Think I missed a space, but you know who you are. And Don Teasy, I know you might have stepped away, but could you do that for me? I wrote you in the chat room. All right. Now my rant is a familiar rant, and that is with these folks talking about some folks want they quit their job. They just want to stay home. They just want to get extra money. That's why people don't go to work. It's a shame. And then people repeat that, each network repeat it, each politician repeats it. Then it goes from wherever, Facebook, TikTok, whoever. So I just want to read just a little bit of this just to let you know that it ain't true, which I've always said, but let me tell you what's happening. Let me tell you what's happening here in Chicago. Watchdog. School bus drivers laid off after companies got aid. Yeah. After COVID-19 forced Chicago public schools to transition to remote learning in 2020, the district shelled out $28.5 million in a good faith payments to 14 bus companies with the expectation they would continue to pay their workers. Yeah. Keyword expectation, because that's what they were supposed to do. But let's continue. 9 of these companies also obtained federal Paycheck Protection Program loans intended to help businesses keep people on the payroll. I know you guys heard of that before. hmm But 8 of the 9 companies ended up laying off workers for a varying length of time. CPS Inspector General Will Fletcher's office wrote in its annual report released Monday. Because it takes a while, people do their little dirt. It takes about a good year or so to see all the paperwork and the books. So, it took a little while, but here's the results. In the most extreme example, one vendor that received CPS good faith payments obtained federal PPP funds and laid off all its drivers and bus aides by the end of the first week of closures and spent only 0.5% of its normal payroll post closure, read the report, which chided CPS for not having a coordinated plan for communicating its intentions for the payments or a verification system to ensure drivers and bus aides were paid. Now, I go back to saying it one more time. You cannot collect unemployment at this time and the extra money. People just sit there home and they just want extra money. If you have a job to go to, in this case, these people were sent home. So they may have made more money, as they said. They make more money at home just sitting at home. They don't want to work. They're lazy. All these lazy people, lazy bums. But clearly, the Inspector General's office said it alerted CPS to the overlapping government funding in a September 2020 memo that led to written agreements for bus vendors to repay CPS about $3 million. Yeah, the district has since recouped just over $2 million, according to the Inspector General report, which summarized alleged, ain't no alleged, it happened. CPS fraud, employee misconduct, and financial mismanagement in the last fiscal year. I just want to say one more time for all those that just repeated the same thing they heard on all these darn networks and all this social media. People just lazy. They just want to sit home. They don't want to go to work. They can go to work. They just want to sit home. People would rather, hey, that's what they're doing. People would just rather sit home and collect the money. They don't want to go to work. Well, you can't go to work if the damn doors are closed. Okay? You can't collect unemployment if the job is there for you to go to. Okay? So get that in your head. Thank you.
That's facts. I mean, this is the problem, though, right? People are just mindlessly repeating things on YouTube. And I think part of the problem
Ugh.
is that when you have our generations, right? So from, we'll say, the millennials and older, we weren't born and raised with social media. And so because we were born into this place where it's like, well, news stations, right? So like that's where you were
Mhm.
getting all this information before, was from the news. Now I'm not saying that the news stations aren't highly corrupt and biased. What I'm saying though is that they were held to some form of accountability. They had to get access information from somewhere. Sure, then they bias it and whatever before they send it back out, but it's got to be based on something, right? They got to say something.
Mhm.
So they wouldn't like they would take this story and say something. They wouldn't have said something along the lines of, oh, they just want to stay home, the job's right there for them. They would have made up something about the fact that the job's not there for them. They probably got fired, right? They would have added some other bullshit, but they would have
Right.
had to give you the facts. And so it's like we don't realize that YouTubers, for example, not held to that level of accountability. Like they can literally make up whatever they want and tell you it's true. Literally anything. They could make up any slant, anything, and just say it. And it's based on absolutely nothing. Nobody's fact checking them. Nobody is going to shut them down for, outrightly lying to you. Right? It's like no one realizes that. They're not accountable to anyone. So stop believing everything that they say without doing your own research to confirm if it's based on anything at all. Like at all. Because I'm not even like they don't even try to see like if it's baseline true on any level. They're just like, well, so and so said it. Okay. And
I just come from that channel. They said it over there, and that content creator said it over there, and they said it over there. And in a late night stream they had, when they were cursing each other out, they said it over there too.
Right, and that's it. That's where y'all are getting your news from. They're not even showing you news articles or something while they do it. They're just telling you their opinions and feelings about the world, and you're taking their feelings and then using it to run your life. What is wrong with you? Stop it. Stop. Enough. Grow up. Y'all are not, you can't be this stupid. You can't. Right? I mean, come on, I'm ratchet and I know better than that. So y'all should do better. Let's do better. But okay, let's talk about some ratchetry now. Okay.
Right.
Like I said, these companies don't care about y'all. These big corporations, they don't care. Okay. The way that they were treating employees before the pandemic was terrible enough. And all the little games that they would play. A lot of y'all don't know that a lot of people who were on food stamps and are counted in the welfare statistics, we're talking about now Black people specifically, were actually working. They were actually working, but they were working for one of these big box companies, okay, that hire them as temporary part-time, and then you keep them working for 20 years and give them 70-hour work weeks and, pay them peanuts. And it was not enough to feed a family. They literally needed food stamps to feed their family, even though they were working 80-hour work weeks. And these companies could do that. These companies could do that. So that way, then you had to turn to the government to get the kind of benefits and stuff that you should have from that company you've been working for 10 years. So let's not act like these people don't play games, but they're disgusting too. Now, let me show y'all what I mean by disgusting.
Okay.
Okay. So see here, it's being handled like a minor issue. And I have the picture up here so you can see this in full. Well, what are all these little flaky things? Just to be clear, these are white hoodies. And just to be clear, these little blackish, brownish things are lice. Yes, head lice.
Oh.
Yeah, so let's read what this says. It's being handled like a minor issue. Yep, it's a minor issue. H&M worker shares photo of lice on merchandise and says the store won't close its doors to fix it. Yep.
What?
Yep. So now this is an employee of H&M's World Trade Center location in New York City. Tweeted that a customer discovered lice on a rack of hoodies. They're not closing the store, nor are they notifying employees of the problem. They're not notifying employees even of the problem. The section was just blocked off.
Wow.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's absolutely incredible that we're getting this information because someone is tweeting it out because they're an employee there and they are disgusted that this whole rack of hoodies is infested with lice, which means probably a lot of things. Not just those particular hoodies are infested with lice in the store, and the store is just roping it off and not even telling the employees there's a problem. Not even telling the employee. Because you know what happens, right? They'll rope off a section and I'll be like, come on, my son really, really, really wanted that sweater, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, let me look around. Okay, I'll get it for you, ma'am. Right? People do that all the time. I did that as an employee. I've done it as a customer, but you're not even letting the employees know that there's a problem there. It's disgusting. And now the problem is, this is not like really early pandemic where the stores are really empty. The store is packed, like packed full of customers. You think customers don't go under ropes to go get what they want? Like, it's crazy. Now, what they said is the warehouse isn't too clean either. Another employee said, nope, the whole store has to go. Like, they're saying that the sweaters likely came from the warehouse in this condition. These are the conditions that employees are working under. They're being understaffed because of the pandemic, and because of people being sick and being off and whatever. They are only focusing on COVID. Let's be real, right? They don't care about anything else these days, and it's dangerous. What has happened? My godson has two younger siblings, a 2-year-old and a baby. Okay, and they were both rushed to the hospital a week and a half ago with burning fevers. The baby's fever was 40.4 degrees. Look that up in Fahrenheit. It's really high, like your blood is almost boiling. And then the 2-year-old's fever was like 39.8 degrees, very high. She gets rushed to the hospital, and the baby can barely breathe, like suffocating, can barely breathe. So they test both of the kids for COVID, right? And then they did lung x-rays on the baby. They said, oh, well, the baby clearly has pneumonia. They didn't test the 2-year-old at all for anything. They did blood tests on the baby and then sent both the kids home. Didn't keep them in the hospital. Remember, this baby's suffocating, can't breathe, clearly has a really bad case of pneumonia. They call the next day and say that the baby has pneumonia, RSV, which is a really bad infection for kids to have, and an ear infection. They say that the 2-year-old, oh, she probably has a virus. They live in the same house, but no one cared. And it took until it was like a day or two before Christmas. She got very, very sick. And they were going to need to admit her. Because why? Because they finally tested her and she has what? Pneumonia and RSV. Of course she does. But like, where's the common sense? You know where the common sense was? The common sense was in the hallways full of stretchers of people who have COVID. That's where the common sense was. And no one cares about anything else. Right? It's like, okay, well, we got to sterilize the warehouses to make sure that, the virus isn't getting around. Right? What about lice? What about roaches? What about other types of infestations? No one cares about that. No one cares. It doesn't matter because it's not the pandemic. So it doesn't matter. And now they're selling you lice infested sweaters and they don't care. That's what's happening. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. It's just disturbing. Like, I don't want to own anything anyway. Like, I'm good with everything I own. I'm not buying another new thing ever. I'm good.
You're like, I'm straight. Don't worry about it. I'm straight.
Yeah, I'm straight. I'm good. Trust me. I don't need nothing. Listen, you could burn all of my shirts. I don't need any. I'll just walk around topless. It's fine. Horrified. Yep.
All right. So I'll do my last. I'll just do all of it at one time. Let me see. I think it's 3. Yeah. It might be 4 tabs though.
Okay.
All right. Now with this, I did mention to you guys that we have some smash and grabs going. And let's see, is this going to be right or no? I think this is going to. I think it went to the next article. Let's see. Oh yeah, it did. So I have to go back. And I have to go through the commercial. Okay, Donny Osmond, that's nice. But there has been this particular place, and I did mention on my opening, I think for New Year's, that there was some smash and grabs. Yeah, I did. I think I did in the opening. And well, they hit the place twice. So they hit it that, I guess, Thursday and then a few days later. So this is a short clip, and I'll let you guys hear it. Uh-oh.
Boutique store on the Mag Mile. The heist occurred just before 5 o'clock this morning in the 600 block of North Michigan Avenue. Chicago police say about 6 suspects, 2 of them with firearms, tried to pry open the door to that store. After grabbing what they could, they drove away in a truck. No one's in custody. Just 2 warnings ago, 5 suspects burglarized a store by breaking in and grabbing merchandise before getting away in a white SUV.
Yeah, good old Mag Mile. Now, they hit the store, cleaned everything up, did all that good stuff, turned right back around, stocked everything, opened back up, said, "We open for business, everybody, come on in." And the crook said, "Oh, yeah, you got some more stuff? Oh, we'll be back." And that's exactly what they did. So now they're paying more attention. So, of course, the crooks are not going to go back and hit it again, but they're going to now pay a little bit more attention because people are doing that now. So that's one of the new things. Also, I mentioned about the carjackings and that I'm concerned about that. Let me share 2 stories. I think it's 2 stories, but whichever it is, I'll give you the mile one, which happened just yesterday. So while I was playing the music, waiting for folks to come in last night at 9:30 p.m., the carjacking was happening at that time. Right at that time. How incredible. So let me show that to you guys. And then I'm going to mention my big concern, because I do have a big concern about people doing this. Okay, let's see. Here we go.
Police arrested 3 people for a carjacking in the Irving Park neighborhood. The suspects are a 16-year-old boy, an 18-year-old man, and a 17-year-old girl. They're accused of stealing a vehicle from a man as he was parking near Pulaski and Berto. Now, this was around 9:30 last night. The victim wasn't hurt. The trio arrested at a nearby McDonald's.
So they eating at McDonald's. They grab a car and like, "I'm hungry. What you want?" "I want a Big Mac." "What you want?" "I want a quarter pounder." "What do you want?" "I want a cheeseburger." "Make sure the fries hot." "Okay." Fit what, 15, 16? Let me ask you this. Parents, or just even adults, where is your child doing on a Friday night, 9 o'clock at night? Where are they going during this particular time? I mean, just what do they tell you? "Hey, mom, hey, dad, you know what? I'm headed out to Tommy's house." "Well, look, we got to wear these masks and all this kind of stuff. You don't need to be sitting in somebody's house." "Oh, well, we're going to go to the store." "Well, you can go to the store tomorrow because whatever you don't have, you don't need. What are you going to the store for?" "Oh, mom, oh, dad, we just want to hang out, No, it's okay to say no to the kid. Because what are you doing? If they're not even having you to be in school, what the hell are you going to be out just in the street hanging out 9, 10 o'clock at night? For what? To do what and for what? During this time. It's not summertime, school not out. What are you doing? I could see, summertime, whatever, school's out. And maybe you started early because who knows? I don't know what time these kids started. It could have been out since 4 o'clock that evening when we had a little son. But it starts off simple like that. And these parents, if you don't pay attention and say no, your kids cannot come home. It is possible that they will not make it home. You're going to get the wrong one. And that's what I'm going to
Yep.
show you is the wrong one.
Mm.
I'm about to show you that. Now, this happened in Chicago where I was showing you the 3 kids last night. This one here is in Philadelphia. This is where Auntie Cluster is. So you don't want to mess around. You don't want to mess around. Go to Philly and get it, okay?
And police say that a Lyft driver shot at 2 men attempting to take his car in one of the city's latest attempted carjackings. Steve Keeley live in Center City with more. These guys got more than they bargained for. Good morning.
Yeah, this is when you always hear that TV news awful cliche, he turned the tables, right? Well, a lot of viewers always remind us that he turned it for the good, right? So here is the first scene. We had 3 different scenes here. And this, let me remind you, is after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right across from Fairmount Park, right as people are outside. So there's witnesses at all the scenes. And it's hard to believe that this is the brazenness of these carjackers. And these 2 guys in the 20s intentionally rear-end this Infiniti. That's the thing that's happening right now. They bump you to make you stop and get out. And they do it right in front of people, so they don't even care. And this Infiniti driver has a woman passenger in his back seat, and it takes 2 bumps from him to say, hey, what's going on? And when he gets out, the passenger in a Honda gets out with an automatic rifle and points it at him, again, in front of witnesses. And he gets out with his hands up and says, hey, you can have my car, but let me get this lady out. I'm a Lyft driver. Let me get her out because you don't want to take her and have a kidnapping. So they let him get her out of there. And then he waits for the carjacker to get into his car. Then he pulls his gun, and he has a concealed carry permit because you would think every Lyft driver and Uber driver who doesn't want to die on the job would have that as well. Here's the second scene. This is where his car ends up just about 2 blocks away. And look at the bullet holes. He blows the driver through the window, through the door handle, through the door frame, hits that guy at least twice in the torso. And that guy stops just 3 blocks away, right on Parkside Avenue, right at Fairmount Park, and falls out of the driver's side. And people call police thinking, hey, there's a shooting victim here. Meantime, he then turns to the Honda and shoots that driver through the passenger side of that. That guy makes it 2 blocks in the opposite direction after making a U-turn, and he collapses at Lancaster and 43rd.
And he tried to crawl and get there, and there's the blood. Now, they tapped the car, to get the person's attention, get on out the car. The man got out the car, and he even tried to reason with them. You don't want no kidnapping charge, because I had mentioned that last year. I said they need to attach that to anybody that try to that grab a car, because when I mentioned it last year, they were hitting up those like someone going to gas station, and they had a car running because it was wintertime, and they left a child in the car, and the person, a lot of times they would drive, see the kid, and then they like, oh, and just forget it and just leave the car and move on. But that's not going to happen, of course, for everyone. So I figured, well, since there's a child in the car, it should be an automatic kidnapping case. Attach that, because that little burglary and theft, you all put them ankle bracelet on and let them out, and then they back doing it again in 6 months. So you need to attach a little bit more to it. So that's what I figured they should do. So this guy, he comes up with the idea, hey, you don't want no kidnapping. So, I guess they're doing that in Philly. But think about this dude. This dude, he gets the person in the back out safely. Wonderful. And then he turns and shoots at his car. Pop the driver. And I use the word pop, 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 pop the driver. They didn't help him any. Then he turns to the other car and like, oh, you gonna get it too. Pop, 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 he gets it. Now, if the way the story is being told, I will tell you that is not a person of color. So the outcome may not be the same if you would have done this. But you cannot anticipate what a person is going to do in a situation. You just don't know. So regardless if the person would have been charged because they like, oh, well, you were safe, you out the car, and then you shot at the person, and so we want to charge you something. Yeah, that could happen. But what about the people that did that? Still didn't take no bullets away from them. They shot. They're in the hospital. May live, may not. Who knows? But I'll continue. Just give you a little thought, food for thought.
3rd Street. And then so more people call cops there. Meanwhile, he calls the police with his female passenger and witnesses who tell police the whole story. And they realize these 2 guys that they rushed to the hospital are now not victims, but prisoners.
this 38-year-old Lyft driver, after being rear-ended and carjacked, he pulled his weapon and fired shots at both vehicles. The vehicle that was stolen from him fired shots at the Honda. The driver, who had the getaway car, struck both of these individuals, and now they're both at the hospital as prisoners. Very dangerous situation. Fortunately, our Lyft driver, our victim, wasn't shot because he had a rifle put to him, and our Lyft driver had a weapon that he used, and he shot both of the perpetrators.
So this case again illustrates why so many delivery drivers, food delivery drivers, pizza drivers, Uber and Lyft drivers are all running the gun stores and getting legal guns, because this is what's happening on a daily basis all around the country and a lot of times here in Philadelphia. Bill, the other thing that you may want to get into is the armored car and tank business, because I'm sure a lot of delivery drivers and Uber drivers would like to be in a tank with a gun turret to keep themselves safe. And here's the other thing. What are you going to do now? You're driving around and you get rear-ended. Are you supposed to leave the scene of an accident and worry about getting a ticket, or have your car damaged by somebody who was maybe on their phone and rear-ended you? Because now the first thought, if you hear stories like this repeatedly, is that, oh my God, I'm getting carjacked. I don't want to stop here even though I've been rammed from behind. So that's the other quandary right now. Everybody watching is thinking, like, what do I do if I'm rear-ended? Because this is happening right in the middle after the afternoon, like yesterday, right on Parkside. Police had so many witnesses at all the events at all three locations, because this is right in the daytime, and people thinking, I got an accident victim here, or I have two shooting victims, let me help. Little do they know, it's two armed carjackers. They found that rifle that the guy had after he collapsed out of the car inside the Infinity.
It's interesting too, Steve, because as you pointed out, that's what they tell you to do. Like, go to a populated area to make sure that everything is okay. And these guys are doing it in front of a group of witnesses.
Now, I wouldn't care if it's leaving the scene. You can call it whatever. I wouldn't care. I'm gone. Yeah, you bumped me. It's my car. But I'm going to go where the police is. This is the thing. You hear what it is. They're bumping you to get you out your car. So you should be suspicious. Especially you look back and it's two of them. I don't care. If it's two, just automatically like, nope, this is a no-go. I'm going to look. If I can see the license plates, I see it. If I don't matter, because I'm going straight to the next police station. And I'll get out there, but that's as soon as I'm getting out. I'm not getting out any earlier than that.
I agree.
So you have,
100%.
yeah, and you have to be careful. Now, like I said, this is just happened to be another city, but this is going to happen more often than not, because people are, this is how they're living now. This is how they're making their money. They're picking people up and they're dropping people off. I had a delivery, I don't recall what day it was. It was sometime early this week. And the guy was mentioning that he could not, well, they could not really get any drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't ask him why, because there was a language barrier.
Mm.
So I didn't ask him. I didn't know. But I can just imagine. But as far as with Whole Food, I do plan to snoop around and ask, because I want to know why you charging us additional $10 to deliver, because my area is in a bad area. There hasn't been any jackings or anything. Maybe further south or something. I don't know. Once you get past Obama's house,
Mm-hmm.
it's possible. But I'm just curious. What's with the extra delivery charge? Is it to help the drivers? You know what? So I'm nosy about that. But it's harder for people making a living. That they can do. They can control their hours, which is their time, so they can control that. There have been people that bring their children with them because that's the situation that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
So people are doing what they, need to do to eat,
Mm-hmm.
and this is happening to males, just not females. So I don't know nothing about no damn winters here and coming and all that. It is nothing gender specific. These folks are doing these crimes to get green from whoever. They do not
Yep.
care. So This is a concern for me, like I said, in Chicago, because I know it's coming.
Mhm.
I know it's coming, and I'm just so afraid for those that are innocent.
Mhm.
That's what's bothering me. So when I get those stories, I will mention them, but I am not going to be happy about it. I already
Mhm.
know.
You
Yeah.
know, you got to say, and I mean, I bring it up all the time, and then, we all know that anytime Ruby brings up any type of logic or, facts, data, research, statistics, I'm told somehow that I'm wrong. Because your feelings beat my facts. I don't know. I didn't think that's the way it worked. I thought it was the opposite way, because that's what they say when the facts work in their favor. But anyway, I digress. So, as I've said very regularly, here's the thing. Crime, all of those negative things, a lack of education, illiteracy, all those things, they are told to us as though Black people are, more likely to be violent, more likely to be criminal, more likely to be this, more likely to be that. And that is actually a very biased analysis of the data, because when you look at data, you can group the data into a bunch of different groups. Okay. So you could group it very basically into race, right? And Black,
Mhm.
white, Asian. That's normally what they do when they come up with this. Oh, look, Black people are more. But you could cut it down further. So you could group it by race and age. You could group it by race, age, and socioeconomic status, right? And
Mhm.
when you do that, once you get to socioeconomic status, right? And so now you're looking at all of the poor people. All of the poor people, no matter their race, commit crimes at approximately the same rate, right? They have the same rate of illiteracy. They have the same rate of generalized dysfunction, let's say. Okay.
Mhm.
That's why poverty, poverty is the driving force for crime. Poverty is
Yeah.
the driving force for violence, and for criminality in general. Why? Because starvation, because freezing to death in the cold, because literally dying of dehydration. These are all things that the human body is going to rebel against, right?
Okay.
I don't care about you and your social rules. I care about eating. I care about my kids not looking starving. I care about making sure there's a roof over their head. And that is going to trump any type of social nicety or any type of altruism, any type of anything. Does not matter. We all think we are so above all these crimes and whatever. You think you're so much better, people out there. Not all of y'all, but you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Y'all think you're so much better. I can't wait to see you starving. I can't wait to see you starving, unemployed, can't find a job anywhere, have no safety nets whatsoever. And now you know what? You got 3 days to pay rent. You haven't eaten in almost 2 weeks now. Except for one donut you were able to scrounge off of a friend's table when they weren't looking, right? And now either you pay the rent or you go live out in the Chicago cold, and you tell me that you're above committing crime. Oh, wait, you're not? Uh-huh. Right. So we have to realize that, right? There is a problem. There is a worldwide, not your fault problem
Mhm.
that is seriously, seriously affecting everybody. But the effects are going to be worse on people who started off the pandemic without any safety net, without any type of security, without any type of savings, without, they might have had that one job, right? But they don't have
Yeah.
like networkable skills, or education that they can use to switch up. I'm a plumber, that's what I do. So if I can't get a plumbing job, then I literally have no skill set. And I'm 45 and no one's hiring no 45-year-old with no customer service skills or whatever for a customer service entry level position. They don't do that, right? They hire kids
Mhm.
to do stuff like that. So we're not real. We don't have the right type of empathy, and I think outlook. We're not realizing how to solve the problem. Solving the problem is not just locking everyone up, because guess what? The next group of starving people are just going to do it too. It's about us helping to solve our poverty crisis, right? It's about us helping to solve a problem that they can't solve. Maybe what we need to do is start putting together some GoFundMe's, to help. Maybe we can't necessarily help the adults, but hey, a lot of those adults are going to feel good if their kids are eating, if their kids are warm, if their kids are taken care of, right? You know,
Yeah.
let's get together and start solving the problem. And that's how we solve the problem, is we alleviate the pressure that they're under. And then they don't need to commit the crime. And it's common sense 101. But I know I'm wrong, because your feelings beat my facts. So it's fine. It's cool. We're good. Well, girl, I ain't got no news. I mean, honestly, I could pretend, but I ain't got no news. I got Karens, though. I got Karens. I got some.
Yeah. Okay, rubbing our
saying.
hands together. We are ready.
Got a lot of tabs. I'm gonna have to just click on a tab, and we just gonna go from there. So
Okay. All right. Let's see what Ken got to say. Let's see what he up to.
Yeah, this is not your apartment. Do you have an ID on you, maybe? That fucking.
Dude, seriously? You attacking me? Seriously?
Get that phone out of your.
Hey! What the hell's wrong with you? You stupid?
We got him all the way to the other side.
right. Okay. So the first thing I gotta play this Ken and Karen scenario, just because it just reminds me of something we talked about. And it just had to do with, well, hey, if someone hits your car and whatever, what do you do to keep yourself safe, right? And so I just wanted to do this one first, because that's not why he's recording in this case, but I just think that the response of drunk Ken and Karen is hilarious. So let's take a listen. Okay, the first 2 seconds of this video are really, really loud. I don't know why it's so loud. I don't know, but he needs to work on his editing skills. But okay, let's go.
And drove away. Then proceeded to drive off without giving me his insurance information. And his self-loathing black girlfriend who said this shit.
Bye. Give me your insurance information. Give me your insurance information. Of course he's black, so he has to record.
Just know that my black ass is pressing charges. Y'all about to pay my bills.
Of course he's black, so he has to record. So are you saying that only black people have common sense? Because that's what I heard. I don't know, but that's what I heard. But okay. That was wonderful. That really was. I'm sorry. Listen, y'all can date whoever you want to date. Love whoever you want to love. But if you then say stupid shit like that, you deserve mocking. Let's put it that way. You deserve mocking, because then you didn't date someone because you fell in love. You dated someone because of their race, and in that case, that just puts you on like the bottom for me. You're just bottom barrel. That's right, bottom barrel. Okay, up next.
All right.
I actually don't even remember what this is, but it's okay. We're all going to learn and find out together. So let's see what this is. Happy New Year's to me. I had to get a couple New Year's in there.
Okay.
All right, let's see what's up with these ones.
I'll punch you in your fucking face, bitch. You want to step away from me.
This is not good.
Is there a... You need to step away from me. Get away from me. I'm paying for a date.
Her face is
service to the
epic.
head. I really shouldn't have to pay for it all. What? Oh, no, I'm not paying for that. You can forget that. If the food I waited for is good, I'm certainly not going to take that. So I had a spinach salad and a soda.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's all I'll be paying for, bitch. But if you think you're something, no, listen. I came in here. I came in here, and somebody making my food with a bunch of drugs. Why would you say my 16? Why did you come back? It's at night. It's at night. She worked during the day.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. So first of all, we have to address the fact that this woman just said that someone covered all her food in drugs.
Right.
What? No. Well, when? Did you see them covering your food in this mysterious drug? And if they did that, why didn't they also cover the spinach salad? I'm just wondering. So that's problem one. But problem two is this, y'all. It's New Year's Eve. She's at this restaurant. Looks like a semi-fancy one. And now she's drunk and belligerent and calling everyone all kinds of bees, right? Especially the pretty ones. What do you think the scenario is? I'm going to tell y'all what I think happened. What I think happened is Karen had a date planned. Right, for New Year's Eve. Oh, I've always wanted to go to this restaurant. Yeah, I'll take you there, baby. You know, yeah, it's gonna be cool. Now, I don't know if this is the long-term boyfriend or someone she just met, or whatever. But either way, whoever it is did not show up.
Yeah, they canceled.
They canceled, and she ran through about 3 bottles of wine before she decided to order the food. And then she got it in her head that she shouldn't have to pay because he should have to pay, but she can't make that argument because he's not there. So now she's doing this nonsense instead. But okay, let's see how this plays out. My God. Imagine you have to work on New Year's Eve and this is what you're dealing with. Like, good golly. Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to speak to the owners to see what she told. You come in here and ask for that? No, ma'am. You're gonna need I'm sorry, did I what? Did you come in here and ask for the owners? No, you I called and talked. You came in and sat down and tried to eat. Okay, so calm down and quit calling names. Nobody's been disrespectful. She needs to get out of my face. She's not. She keeps stepping up to my face. I already told her to get out of my face. Don't keep stepping up. Calm down. Oh, I am calm. I am think you are. Oh, I think you're making a scene. I don't care. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. The police are on their way. I don't care. Hey, don't threaten me. I will. You know what? I'll take it out.
No, it's not a threat, Karen. She's letting you know that the police are on their way.
Right.
That's not being threatening. That's letting you know the facts and reality at hand, which is that they called the police because you are angry and belligerent and in denial and high and drunk and all kinds of nonsense, calling everyone all kinds of bees and this and that, and trying to steal a meal you ate that you're claiming you didn't. So,
well,
but all you
she'll
can
pay
afford
for the salad, though. She'll pay for that.
That's all she can afford, Sean. That's all she can afford. Okay, she calculated it, right? She called her bank account, and that payment for rent came out early. She didn't realize that, and she was like, "Okay, well, I got $22.47. $16 salad. What kind of nonsense is this? No wonder men don't want to take me here. Okay, what am I gonna do? I know." And then there we go. And then this foolishness. All right, let's play it out.
Ma'am, you need to pay for your food. Yeah. I have this on video. I'm walking out without paying. Here, bitch. Yeah. You think you're what are you gonna do to me? Yeah. 2, 3. You owe me 8.12. There, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, bitch.
Dang. Why you gotta be all that?
Right? Yo, 7, 8, 9, bitch. Like, oh,
dang.
Okay. We had to be that aggressive about it. Okay. Let's simmer down. She's not the one who stood you up. Okay. She she tried to make the rest of your evening pleasant, given that you already got stood up, which again, not her fault or her problem.
That's right.
But it's okay. Karen makes everything everyone's problem but hers. And I'm telling you, just so we all know, just because we catch them the first time does not mean that this is the first time they decided to show out, right?
Yeah.
So let's take a flashback memory look at Christina Kelso, because Christina Kelso has been acting out again. Now, that's right. I love when they give us Karen's real name. Christina Kelso. So let's watch the video that made her famous in October.
Okay.
And then we will watch the video that's keeping her famous this year. Okay. Rewind it a little bit. All right.
I don't wear a mask.
I'm sorry, we're not serving people without masks.
You're not serving people. That's discrimination. You want to discriminate?
It's just the policy.
Well, is it a law? Should we call the sheriff and ask him to explain the law?
My manager told me that.
Well, then let's call law enforcement because this is a problem. This is not a law, and I am under no obligation to wear a mask.
I'm sorry, it's just what my manager told us.
So in Nazi Germany, when your manager told you to like shove people in the ovens, you would do that, I guess? I'm asking a real question. You have ovens, don't you? Yeah.
I love her response.
Right?
Until the law enforcement comes. Because I'd like to make a citizen's arrest of you. This is discrimination.
Beautiful. Beautiful response. Oh my God. Yo.
Yes.
That teenager is made of steel. Okay? That was epic. No response. She didn't bat an eye. She didn't change her expression. She is priceless. Okay? Someone needs to give her the award.
Yep.
But of course, you know, Christina Kelso wasn't done, as I said. And so this time she needs to call a Jewish woman a Nazi. Let's see.
Oh boy.
Let's see the conditions under which Christina Kelso felt the need to act out again because she just can't manage to act right in public. Okay. Like, really?
I'll be more than happy to leave. I wasn't aggressive. I was standing up for myself, which any human being would do. Are you not human? Maybe you're a white devil because you are wearing a mask, which is just a sign to the occult.
Hold on! Char, it occurs to me that she is recording. The woman talking and calling people white devils is recording. She wanted to record this interaction and put it online.
Mm-hmm.
She is
show how much of an idiot she is. Yeah.
Oh my God, she's proud of herself. Okay, let's go. Jesus.
Using verbally assaultive language towards
no, I am not.
You're filming me on private property, which I did not consent to.
Big deal. I'm filming you for my protection. You don't think I feel threatened that I can't come into a place of public accommodation and do my shopping like anyone else in Palm Desert?
I allowed you accommodations. We apply the same guidelines.
No, you did not. That's fine. You know what? It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I mean, Danielle doesn't need my money. That's awesome. That's great. Oh, I understand. I understand 100%. Right. You know what? And you know what they did during the Holocaust? Exactly.
As someone whose people were massacred during the Holocaust,
oh, yeah?
it's very offensive.
Well, obviously all your people weren't massacred because somehow you're here. So I bet they're so proud of you. Like, they're probably really happy that they survived so that they could have a complete moron as an ancestor.
Wow.
That's very kind of you, man. It's very mature.
It's very truthful. God, I hope you're doing this because, yeah, this person actually believes like the people in the white coats are saying. And we know now that if she was in Nazi Germany, she would have just absolutely gassed people. Well, someone told me to, so.
Wow.
That's awesome. Like, you must be so proud of yourself. Like, really, I just want you to know that you're going to be like the first to go. Like, people like you who are sheep, they don't last long. So
I do follow QAnon. I follow all the white coats.
Like, I care. I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't. And it's fine. It's totally fine. Have a good night.
I hate people who do that sound when they talk. It drives me crazy. Like, why do you make that sound at the end of your sentences? Why? I don't understand. It drives me bonkers. Like, I know I don't like those people just based on the sound of their voice. Like, just like, okay. Like, why did you do that? Why? Why is that necessary? Okay. I can't. Listen, at the end of the day, okay, I understand the pandemic is inconvenient at best. I get it. I understand. For some people, their faces get irritated and whatnot underneath the masks. I get it. There is no comparison between requiring you to wear a surgical mask on your face, something that surgeons wear on their faces for 12, 15, 2-day long surgeries and survive with perfectly normal oxygen levels, might I add. There's nothing even remotely close to saying you need to wear a mask and gassing people in gas chambers. Like, what? Where do they get this from? Again, it's the same thing, Char. Like we said, just listening to idiots online saying stuff, so it must be true. Okay, fine. Fine. It's fine. And it's not going to get better in 2022, just so we're all
Oh
clear.
no, not at all.
Not even a little bit. Okay, let us have another anti-masker take us out. Because I have so many to choose from. There's still so many. Trust me, you guys are going to be inundated with Karens until like April at this rate. But okay, so this one called the cops because she didn't want to wear a mask. Did she think it was going to work? Okay, I don't know. Let's see.
Called the cops because she didn't want to wear a mask.
I can provide you reasonable accommodation.
I won't wear a mask because I can't. I'll have a panic attack. I will freak out. I will have an anxiety attack. I know what I want. I'm here at the end with the understanding no one's in the store. You can either accommodate me by giving me an hour at the end of every day, an hour at the beginning of the day. I'm here to buy some things and leave. I don't want to call 911 on you, but I will. I'm about to because I'm here.
If you're committed to that, if you don't want to wear a mask, then fine.
So would you like me to call 911?
I really would not like you to.
Okay,
I would like to
not also. So there is
get
no one in the store. There is no one in the store.
There's me in the store.
There's you. So you stand 7,000 feet away from me.
Ma'am, I'm just trying to do my
I'm
job.
Here, and I'm trying to make sure that I have rights. So you're going to hear that they're actually going. You'll make sure to hear that in the end. You're the one who decided, not me.
Okay, fine.
So, yep, I'll just stand right here because I'm here. I've driven 20 minutes out. I'll drive 20 minutes back just for my babies who are hungry.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, as per the 1964 Civil Rights Act, I cannot be discriminated against.
Whoa!
Oh, no, we don't talk about no darn acts. No, we don't.
She did not. She did not just say, according to the Civil Rights Act. You mean the same act that they all object to?
Right.
Like,
Uh-huh.
what? So, okay. I can't believe she. Okay, but let's just go. Okay. What?
I do have a right to be able to breathe O2, not CO2, and I am being discriminated against right now at a store. So,
are you calling to report something?
Yes, that I am not being allowed into the store because I'm being discriminated against.
Because you would not like to wear a mask.
Discriminated against. And what store are you at?
It's called Bones and Scones, and I'm being discriminated against because I'm being told I need to wear a mask, even though I have a religious exemption right and a God-given right to be able to breathe O2.
I thought it was
CO2.
a medical exemption.
Yes, medical exemption too. It's all under the same topic.
What is the location address?
Let's see here. They actually have 3.
It's the one on Vista Chino and Sunrise.
Vista Chino, East Vista Chino. So it's 1717 East Vista Chino, B as in boy, 3. And they close in 6 minutes from now as well. And I'm just here to buy a couple of items. So I don't know if this is going to turn into a whole long thing when I'm just here for a couple of items.
If you need them so badly, why not just put on a mask? It's so
because
easy.
I won't wear a mask.
Okay, that's your decision.
Okay, yes.
Do y'all wonder why she keeps doing this? Because I do. Because if you guys remember, we saw her at the other location. She's done this before. She did this like a week ago. She went to a different location though. But she didn't have all this extra info, right? The Civil Rights Act and all that foolish. She didn't have that, right? So I guess she went online right, to the echo chambers, and they beefed her up with all this information about the Civil Rights Act and her rights and medical exemptions and religious exemptions and all of that, right? So she comes armed with that, thinking, all right, I'm going to go to a different location, right? And then I'm going to come with my facts. And he just went, no, I'm sorry, you can't come in. But there's no one even here. Yeah, but the rules. Yeah, but I have a medical. Yeah, but the rule. You see, like this is blowing my mind, dude. She really wants to shop at this store. This store clearly is the only store that has the things that she wants, and she is not willing to just cover her face for 5 minutes.
No.
To the point where she really believes, guys, she really believes in her heart and soul that they should let her either an hour before or an hour at the end of the day, they should shut the store down so no one else is in there but her, so she can buy what she wants. That's what she said earlier.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
That's literally what she said.
Give me what I want.
Yeah, give me an hour at the start of the day or at the end of the day. And then I'll come in, get what I want, no one's there. And excuse you? Wait, they should shut it down business to other people because you don't want to follow the basic rules and guidelines that are at like every store.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just keep watching. Okay.
No, I'll follow your lead. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
And can I get your name, please?
Yeah, Laura.
What's your phone number, Laura?
916-705-7285.
Okay, and what's your last name, Laura?
Karowski, Karow.
Laura Karowski.
There's also not one person in the store. They're about to close.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess she didn't get to shop in the store.
Yeah.
Right.
And the operator should have said, okay, so you want us to dispatch some people out? Okay, so you'll be arrested when they come out because you're trespassing. You sure you like for me to call for some people to come out?
Right? It seems like that. Okay, because last time she only had, I think, 3 minutes, right? So this time she got here a little bit earlier, armed with her facts, and clearly she has time today, right? She said, today I got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz I'm calling the police this time. For real. Like, okay. What don't you watch the internet? Like, you get all of your facts from it. Don't you watch what happens to people like you? Like, did you really think? Okay, I just don't get it. Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Okay.
Thought she was gonna win.
She really did. That's what's blowing my mind, Char. She really thought she was gonna win. Like, she really thought, you know what? No, now that I've done this, it's okay. And they're gonna come and and then I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be fine. I am gonna be just fine now. The police are gonna come. They're gonna see me in my white tears, and they're gonna say, just let her shop in the store, man. Don't have a cow or we'll arrest you. Like, that's what did you think was gonna happen? Okay, I don't know. Okay, you know what? Listen, Char, just one more, because you know what? We haven't had enough black people in these stories yet. So, well, we have the one black Karen, but we haven't had enough black people. So I feel like we should do the working while black story. That's what it is. Y'all about to see. It also does stick to one of our themes, one of our running themes. I won't ruin the surprise though. Let's just play it. We'll see. All right. Working while black.
Been parked for less than 10 minutes.
The only reason I'm asking is because I'm the president of the homeowners.
You're right, guys. Karen in cars. Okay? Karen and Ken as well, as you're about to see, they can't act right when they're anywhere near a car. They can't. They literally can't. It is impossible for them. All right. Again, I had to say it. But first I had to let you see it. But okay.
At this point, I had only been parked for less than 10 minutes.
The only reason I'm asking is because I'm the president of the homeowners, and I had a call, so that's why I'm checking on it.
Sir, this is a thing. I'm not bothering anybody.
I know, but
You
it's a
don't.
private road. We pay for this.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm not bothering anybody. I haven't solicited anybody. I'm sitting in my vehicle doing my job.
I know, but this is a private road. Means you can't be on it. It's posted.
I actually can't be on it. So, but if you go ahead, do what you need to do.
What the policeman says.
Go ahead, call him.
Wow, private road. Okay.
Right?
We pay for
Early
this.
in the morning. We own this.
As a suburb of Illinois, all right.
This is ridiculous. So I'm sitting here working, getting prepared for my appointment that I actually have in about 12 or so minutes. As you can see, I have my Liberty Mutual gear on and everything. However, this gentleman in this vehicle rode past me twice, stopped. The second time, he stopped the second time, said, "Hey, this is a private road." I said, "That's fine. I'm here on business." Rolled my window up. He continued back. He just came back a third time. This is the third time he's rolled past me. Just came back a third time saying, and as you guys caught the interaction, because I'm going to record it, because I'm being harassed on this road. Just because I'm sitting here preparing for my inspection that I have this morning for property. I have business here, sir. I'm not disturbing anybody. I'm sitting here, which I have an appointment actually with the house on this street. So this is what happens when you are African American and you're here doing business. Because at the end of the day, once the police officer rolls up, there's not going to be an issue. And if there is an issue, everything's been recorded. But again, profiling at its finest. I wonder what that means. I look into after this incident, the insured filed a formal complaint after she received the video. So I don't know if that means that. I mean, I'm guessing. I want to give the insured the benefit of the doubt, and that she filed a complaint against the dude circling around to the actual homeowner's place.
Yeah.
Because he's clearly not the head of it, as she said. He's a whole lie. But they feel so entitled. I would love to know what it would be like to walk around this world and feel entitled that when you see someone, you can walk up to them and just demand their life story and they must tell you, what are you doing here? Why are you sitting here? Why did you drive here? I would like you to leave. I would like you to stop playing with your ball. I would like you to stop breathing. Like they can just demand whatever they want, and they are so entitled. They honestly feel that they can do that and it's reasonable. Like it blows my mind.
Very comfortable. Extremely.
Right? It's like, why do you think this is okay, bro? Oh my God, they're amazing. So yeah, the bullshit hasn't ended, guys. It's 2022, and Karens are here to stay. So pull out your
Karens and
phone.
Kens are here to stay.
Right. You pull out your phone like a black person, right? As the first one told
Right.
and y'all record. You can send them in to be a shot. We will play your Karen. That's right. So
Okay. Send them on in. Well,
amazing.
I enjoyed this one. Like I said, this was our first one for 2022. We broke it in real good. Yeah. And thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your likes, shares, contributions, your watch time. All that is important. Thank you so much. You keep us going. And check us out next Friday. What we got? I don't know what we have actually, but it's at 9:30 Central. Right. Whatever it is, it's gonna be Friday, 9:30 Central Time. So tune on in. And you guys, please be safe. The weather is changing. So if it's not the weather, it could be just, your surroundings. But whichever way, just be safe in all of that. And until we meet again, you all, peace.
Cheers, y'all.